Hello and welcome to Kedrick Farms. Today we're kicking off our Let's Play series on Farmville, North Carolina. Last episode we did a little bit of farm setup, but today we're going to actually get into things. I've made a couple of changes since the farm setup video off camera here. We added an RTK station here for precision farming, and we kind of widened out this driveway area to give us an opportunity to actually utilize our bins here. Didn't make a lot of sense to me to not be able to get in here with the truck and trailer. So we've got that all going. And we added a few more hogs over here in the hog building. We'll take a look at that and some cool features I figured out with that hog building here in just a moment. But first off, we need to get some feed going for these hogs. Now, I did start us off with just a little bit of corn in the bins here, so we're going to get this truck spun around here and see if we can haul this corn up to town and get some pig feed going. We do own that production building up there. So I think the easiest way, since we want to look at the hog buildings anyway, we're going to drive all the way down there. We'll take a quick look at the hogs, and then we'll pick up that corn on the way back here. Driving the truck over there is going to be our quickest path, I think. And I'm just loving this Mack truck and how it looks with this trailer attached. So let's just pull up here real quick. I figured out that we can actually raise up the curtains and take a look at our hogs here. They're looking good. We got some awesome fan noises here. It's a little noisy up by the barn. We can turn the fans on and off as well as raise and lower the curtains. So let's step in here real quick and take a look at that. These doors open up nice and handy there. So if we look in here real quick, you'll notice that if I turn my F1 menu on, I've got the option to close the curtain sides. When I look at this box here, we can raise and lower those. We're probably going to leave them down. It is August and it's pretty warm out here. And then over here you see we've got the stop engine, start engine. That's how we can adjust those fans. I'm going to leave them on so that when we're coming by here, we've got that noise going. And then we're going to try and squeeze our way out of that door. It's a little tight, but that's actually somewhat realistic. So with the hogs out of the way, we did expand the total number of hogs on the farm to start at 100. I thought that would be a little bit more appropriate here. And we're gonna see how much corn we've got in the bins. I think we've got enough to completely fill up this truck and trailer and maybe have a little bit left after that. The truck and the trailer have separate keys for untarping them. And so it's the N key for the truck and the Z key for the trailer. So trying to sort that stuff out here while we're playing around. And then if we jump into the auger here, I believe we can fire it up here with the R key and get this stuff unloading. We've got 40,000, a little bit more than 40,000 liters of corn. We will be able to see our total in bushels when we're in the vehicles. It's just the bins and such that UI doesn't update. However, I think if we hop in to the menu here, we will see bushels in the menu right now with the unit convert mod. So that seems to be working pretty good. We got 921 bushels of corn here in the bin. And we're taking out, it looks like we're going to get 500, maybe 550 into this truck, which is a decent amount of corn. 577. Let's go ahead and pull up here to the next trailer and see how this one goes. We just hop back in here and start filling. I think these two are the same size, but we'll find out here momentarily. There we go. We're at 1,155 total bushels between the truck and the wagon. If I remember right, we were at 577, so yeah, it seems pretty close to equal proportions there. We're gonna go ahead and run this up to that pig feed mill and see what kind of adventure that's gonna be with getting all of this turned into pig feed. Now we are gonna have to be careful on this map. There's some pretty interesting traffic, lots of cars moving around, lots of side roads. I have to say we're not going the fastest in this truck. It's pulling fine, but with the full load, I've definitely noticed that we could feel the load behind us a little bit here. So we're shifting through the gears, but I don't want to get too aggressive here, knowing that we're turning into the town right out here. I think this will be a fun map to get the steering wheel set back up on and do a little bit more manual driving on this particular map. So we'll see about playing around with that, especially with awesome trucks like this to putz around with. Alright, so we're pulling in here to the feed mill. We've got our feed semi up here already, and I believe we've just got to dump our corn right in this stall here. I wonder if there's a way to make it so that we don't have to raise the truck bed up quite so high for unloading this corn in the future. We might have to play around with that just a little bit. But in the meantime, let's see if we can dump the trailer out here, get the rest of our corn going. This one's gonna miss that concrete barrier, so we should be all right now. There we go. All right, so with all that corn dropped off here at the elevator, we've got a nice, easy escape here, get back out and head up to the farm. And I guess before we head up there, we should probably check and make sure that this facility is operational. So we just pop open the production chains menu here, look at the feed mill. You can see we've got quite a bit of corn going. We're going to go ahead and activate this so that it's going to start making that pig food for us. Production costs are not too high here, so I think this is going to work out pretty good for us. I can already see the corn ticking down a little bit here, so I'm hoping to see the pig food ticking up soon. And there it goes. It looks like that's all working. We're going to give that a little bit to go through its paces, and we'll come back up here and grab the feed truck and bring some feed up to our hogs to get that going for us. I think it's going to be really fun to see how quickly our hogs move through that process and we start cranking out new ones. I'm kind of curious to see the profitability of raising the hogs and feeding a bunch of our corn into that ecosystem there. So we'll have to try and capture some better numbers here as far as what the hogs cost us to get going, and then what our corn prices could have been at their high point if we just sold the corn, and then do that math and make sure that we're actually making money on doing hogs here after we get a few months in here. However, I'm excited we've officially got some stuff going. And just like that, we're back up at the farm here. Let's see if we can manage to get in our own driveway without causing a ruckus. Seems to be working good. I do like how these trees on either side of the driveway look. It's just not very practical for getting farm equipment brought up into the yard here, so I'm gonna have to think through if some of those trees need to go at some point, or maybe we just need another driveway somewhere. However, I think we're gonna leave the truck right up here, go ahead and get everything tarped up. Don't need any water getting in there. And oh my goodness, we left the motor going on of this Westfield auger. That was all the corn that we had in the bin here, which is nice. So we are completely empty again on the bins. And as you can see, we don't have a whole lot of money available to us here. So we're really going to be starting off kind of small. Now, the other job that we've got to get done here in the immediate future is taking a look at our pH levels in our fields. This one seems to be okay right now. And so I think based on that, we're not going to try and... Oh, no, it's in the bad level in some of the areas on this field. We might actually try and get a spreader going here from the elevator, see if we can get those guys to come out and put some pH down on this field, and then we can get that tilled in before planting season comes around here. We've got a little bit of free time here over the summer. So we're back up at town. We're gonna grab that feed trailer here in a minute and take that back to feed our animals. However, before we do that, wanted to stop over here at the co-op and talk to a guy about seeing if we can get some equipment to put some lime down on our fields. It looks like they've got a few different things parked back here. We're gonna have to see what we need. Maybe we'll hold off. We've probably got to lime both of our fields here, and we've got to harvest the corn in that other field here yet this fall. So we're gonna be doing a little bit of leasing and working with the co-op and maybe the local dealership so we can try out some different equipment as we get around on things. But I think for today, we're gonna focus on getting our hogs going here. So let's park this truck here out of the way. I think somewhere right around here is gonna be good to go. If we pull up our production menu, you can see we haven't made a whole lot of pig food here because we accidentally disabled the facility when we left the screen there before. So I'm gonna move the time forward just a little bit here. It's gonna start getting dark soon, and we're gonna just go until we start to get into dusk and then see how much feed that's gonna give us for our hogs. I wanna get those going before we tick over for the night here. I don't think they're going to progress very far if we don't have food for them. So I think right around here is going to be a good spot to just slow the time down and get this feed truck going. Now, I think this feed truck, we've got a ability to open the covers here with the Z key, and then we're going to pull this right up underneath the spout here and see if we can top it off. I do like that it lets you pull the corn back out if you want, but we're gonna go straight for the pig food. You can see we've got 50,000 liters of pig food in here, so I'm thinking that this is gonna do pretty good for us. I have no idea how much 100 hogs are gonna need to eat, and so the fact that we're gonna get a decent amount in this semi is encouraging. I have a hard time believing that we're gonna need a lot more than this for the first 100 hogs. That building does support, I believe it's 1,200 or maybe it's 2,400 head. And so I would think that I wouldn't need to make more than one semi-load per day when it's full, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll have to see how that goes. If we've got to make multiple trips, we're definitely going to be looking for some ways to optimize this particular chore at some point. But as with everything in this series, we're going to be figuring it out as we go. So let's get this guy back up here to the farmyard and see how much food we're going to get in for our hogs. All right, we're back up here at the farmyard. Let's see if we can make this turn into our driveway with the big semi before the traffic catches up to us. Good deal. Good deal. If we go in cab here, then we won't see when I kill off our yard. I think we've got the hang of this. Probably in much too high of a gear here for the yard, so just working on a little bit of fine-tuning with the controls on this semi, getting used to it. And it looks like our auger's on the left-hand side here, so we're gonna need to pull up to these bins in such a way that I can get that auger onto the top of this hopper. I think if we come in something like this, we should be good. I might have come a little far forward, but that's all right. We're gonna see if we can get this to line up here. The controls are actually quite easy to use, so pull forward a little bit here, get that lined up perfect, just like that. And look at that, it's even got the animations, and we're right into the top of that bin. So I'm liking this. The lights are coming on here on the side of the bin as we get a little bit darker. We can hop out and take a look while that's unloading. Looking good, looking good. I'm digging it. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing the info for the animal building here when I'm looking at it from the side, but if I come in here to this menu, you can see We didn't fill it up all the way. That gave us just a bit here. I think if I'd had a full load, we'd be a fair bit fuller, but that's all right. This is going to get us going here. We'll see how much feed we consume between now and next month, because we don't have any more feed to put in here, so it is what it is, and we will have to wait until corn harvest to get some more feed going if we run out before then. Definitely didn't think that through as far as getting things started off. I guess we're going to feel that it's a little bit lucky that we're not playing with a version of the game here that the hogs can actually die on us, or we'd probably be having some problems. But with that, I think what I'm going to do is run this truck back up to the elevator here, and then we will move the time forward a bit here. We don't have a lot going on in August, and check in and see how much feed those hogs actually consume. All right, so we have moved the time forward here. It's 6:30 on September, and we're gonna zip over here and check out these hogs and see how they're doing here. Now, we probably should have put the curtains up overnight here on these guys. You can see they are laying down here and sleeping though. Still pretty early in the morning for a hog apparently. We're gonna jump in here. I think we are going to actually turn these fans off for the time being. They're just a little bit loud. And you know what? We might as well raise these curtains up. It is getting into September now. Keep the hogs nice and warm for the time being. And then if we just check on the feed situation here real quick, you can see we've moved forward, I don't know what, 12 hours or so since we fed them. And we're only down to 47,000 liters in here, which is encouraging. That means we've got a couple of days worth of food in here at least. We're already generating some slurry, which is nice. We're going to be able to use that here to fertilize these fields come the fall after we get the rest of our crops off of them. In fact, we may even be able to start doing that. Well, we'll have to wait until we have enough slurry to do it. I was going to say we might even be able to start doing that here in September, but I think we're going to have a few other tests to keep us busy. We're going to see if there's some contract work we can do while we're waiting on our corn to get ready. I'm expecting our corn to be ready here in October, so we'll save the surprise for that for next episode. We'll find some actual farming tests to do here. But I'm feeling good about the start here. We've got our animals all kicked off and fed, and now we've just got to figure out what we're going to do with this greenhouse area, or I guess open air garden as it's called, and then also get started on farming our fields here. Ooh, the deer are out early this morning. So with that, we're going to wrap up today's episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Let me know what kind of things you'd like to see us try out on this map. And we'll catch you next time. That's all for today. Kedrick out. Gotta make sure that we're not too close. There's a pretty low ceiling in here for this truck. Oh, we're gonna have problems. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's probably not good. Come back up here and pick up the road sign. Oh, whoopsies. Hey, would you look at that? Crop destruction's on. Good deal. Oh, that's our field too. Oh, son of a gun.